You had that crazy food again today, like you usually do?
No, I didn't get a chance. I was stopping and got me a sandwich for Casey's.
Yes, sir.
Or Mike the other day,
Did you?
radiology,
Yeah, pretty close.
said you still married to Mike, or, she said.
Yeah.
Nice.
For the time being, till she soaked me.
Up to date,
Oh, good.
and this is a up-to-date version on that form that's come from the state's attorney.
Oh, okay.
Call meeting order. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a roll call.
Farnum. Here. Helsley.
Here.
Voigt.
Here,
Zuber.
Here.
Bruner.
Here,
Jennings.
Here. Public comment? Seeing none. Item 5 is set employee share of health insurance costs effective from 10/1/14 to 9/30/15. Alan?
Basically, this is more with the finance than it was the insurance aspect, but it was a mutual discussion type thing. So the finance committee and insurance committee discussed this quite a bit. One is that, we'd already approved what our different plans were going to be and how much we looked over how much they cost last year, what we'd added to last year, what they were going to be this year. And then in discussion with the finance committee, what we felt was appropriate to possibly add to the employees' benefits this year on a monthly basis to help out maybe a little bit with the insurance cost, or also for those people who opt out of the insurance, so that everybody was going to be getting the same amount of money. And that's why I say it leans a little bit more, probably toward more finance there. Anybody correct me if I'm mistaken there. I think it was generally decided that all employees would be getting an additional $22 a month, either to put toward their individual or toward their insurance programs, or for those who are on the opt-out, as far as that goes, they would also be getting an additional $22 a month. Our thoughts behind that would be a part of any increase that we were looking at, projected increases in salary package for this upcoming year. I don't know if that was clear as mud or not, but is that pretty much
Have
what we
anything to
said?
add?
yeah, we have looked at that, and I think we concur with that. However, we want to add one thing to it, and we haven't had a chance to discuss it, is that we have folks that we cannot adjust their increases. They're going to get an increase no matter what. Okay? Therefore, we would like to exempt anybody that does not have their increases that are already called for either by agreement or because they work also or are set by the state of Illinois. And so that would include the sheriff's department and or probation.
well,
Yeah.
I
No, that doesn't affect them out there.
How about us, the board members?
No, that wouldn't affect the board members because,
Well, ours is set, our salaries are set.
but it's,
Where they're getting a contractual raise, I think he's talking about.
right,
The
we
automatic-
don't get a raise.
Okay.
In other words,
Good
if
question.
one's a, good question though, and I had to think about it for a second, but to make sure, but some folks may be getting 4%, and even if we give them the 22, we can't take anything away from that 4%.
Right, but do we give ourselves a 22? That's what I'm saying. On the insurance, that's
Right.
kind of like, okay, all right.
It's the same way we did last year with the 30.
Right.
What we did was just say, we were trying to treat everybody fairly, all employees, this is what you get. And this year, I think, is what we're talking about there, is everybody's gonna get the 22, unless there's already a prescribed amount that they're gonna, because we're considering this 22 as a part of a salary benefits package, you know, the whole package. And so, if there's an increase in salaries by the department head, once we allocate however much that is, that 22 would be considered, or we would consider it as the board, a part of that package.
And to that end, and can be adjusted, I went through each budget that's not under a contractual basis and adjusted the $22 down where it was appropriate, okay?
So, can we have that in the form of a motion?
Well, you know, we've done discussing it.
How many, what does that affect? You can figure out how many.
You mean the ones who would not necessarily be getting the 22?
I'm sorry, I don't. Just-
What, eight, is that
It would just be
10?
union employees, in other words.
Well,
And probation.
probation, or, I mean, technically, if there's, it technically would be if there's, I don't think there's anybody else other than that, but if other people other than that have a pre-programmed amount that they're gonna be receiving. that's
Well,
what that
elected
amount.
officials do, but we've exempted them
Right.
from that.
Right.
Roughly 15, with probation and all the union employees at the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
That's
That's
pretty
ballpark.
Yeah.
Is that
That's not.
answer?
And I just think it's appropriate, you know, to consider that, Carl. I mean, and I just thought of that driving here today, so I mean, it's,
And I think because part of that is we were trying to be fair with everybody, giving them the same amount last year, and this year to try to be fair, otherwise people are gonna have a substantial increase and some of those things aren't.
Does this vote that we're getting ready to do here, is that going to, let me back up here. You've got your, so you basically made a decision about raises for the employees.
no, that's still, no. This is just one segment of it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, we haven't shot ourselves in the foot.
No, this is just one component of it, and now the committee,
Yeah, what we're shooting at is some toes here though, Mike.
Yeah, all right, I realize
This is
that.
a part of the total
Right,
package.
right.
Right.
Total package for the year, so there's some toes that's getting named after $22
Right.
per month
Okay.
for everybody, basically, unless they're already getting raises prescribed in
Per-
contractual
per
rate.
contract.
and we needed to deal with it so that we could get this out to the folks where they could decide what they need to do.
I got
Okay?
So if we don't give them, if they get no raise, zero raise, they'll still get the 22.
Right.
But,
But we have to do this because of the contract, I understand, okay.
well,
That, and we also want to make sure our employees have a chance to look at the open enrollment on insurance, is what we're looking at now.
October 1st
October
is when
1st.
the new plan starts.
That was mentioned this morning too, if I thought.
I thought it was October 31st.
First,
Okay,
So they've got 2 weeks to decide what.
okay.
have you had a chance to get a hold of Kirk yet and see if he can talk with our
I talked
departments?
to Matt yesterday, he's
Okay.
he's just waiting for us to give him the date.
Give him the date, okay, great. Diane contacted Kirk, and he'll be going around to the different departments like he did last year and saying, okay, here's what the deal is. If people have questions about specific plans, then they can ask directly there.
Billy, Ann, do you have any questions about it? Do you understand what we're dealing with here? Do you have any issues with it, or things that you could think of that might be an issue? Okay, thanks.
So do you have those, are you going to tell us then what option A premium is going to cost the employee?
I think so. And we can double check with each other's figures. I have, the issue was also on option 5, which was our new one. What we did at the meeting was basically we took the olds, so to speak, and on option 1, Billy, do you have one that you can double check with me? I have that down at $463.40 now.
463.40.
That's the county share. And these can, you know, we need to double check if you don't have it. Option 2, $477.94. Option 3, $460.92. option 45002. And the new option, option 5, would be 46216. And so, if you wanted to get back that $22 out of there to see the difference. And of course, option 5 is totally different. Basically, it would also amount to the ones who do not participate in the health insurance programs, minus a few of them like that. I think that comes out pretty close to $93.67.
Can you repeat that one?
The last one?
Yes, what'd you say, the 9367, what was that?
That was for the ones who do not participate in the insurance plan per se.
Okay.
And the way that's arrived at is $500 per year, plus 30, plus the 22.
Okay.
$500 per year, I think, is 41.67, 1.66 repeating, so I went 41.67, added to 30, added to 22, and you hopefully got 93.67 per month. I mean, again, we're looking at a total benefit package for employees, not their salaries per se, but what their benefits are.
Ready for a motion?
I think so, unless other questions.
No.
I'm not sure exactly how to word that. I would make a motion that we increase the maybe benefit package for our county employees to add $22 to their health insurance per month. And for all employees, with the exception of those who are already covered by a contractual relationship or a governmental relationship,
And have a set increase.
and have a set increase.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to increase the insurance package by $22 for government employees not in a contractual agreement. Second. Right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there any other thing come before this meeting?
A discussion point, and I didn't mean to throw anybody into this. I think according to our policy, on the people who are not involved directly with the insurance, those who opt out, we have that listed, I think, for policy. If we don't, we should, at $500 per year. I think we need to really make sure that that is listed as the actual dollars amount per resolution. Obviously, we can't do that today. We can't make, we can't
Right.
act on
We
things
need to
today.
look at, make
But I
some,
think we need to look at that so that everybody knows what that is. So if we have new employees coming in, they know this is the benefit if you take this plan, this plan, this plan. This is the benefit if you don't take any plans.
and there may be other discussions for adjustments to
Yeah,
that issue.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But I think we need to update ourselves on resolution for that every year.
And the finance committee will be coming, with the insurance committee, will be coming back to the board with a recommendation on that. Okay?
But I mean,
I think there has been a resolution
for that
with
500.
that language in it.
Okay, I thought there has been, I think we need to probably update that on a yearly basis. So.
I've got a question now, Alan,
Yeah.
but while we're on that subject. What does it can you tell me what it costs the county per employee? What is our actual, what are we shelling out on a yearly basis for employee health insurance? Our side of it.
Jeff probably knows that better than I am, but just to give you some idea, roughly, on the one plan we pay, and it's not total this amount, but it is, we pay $463.40, $463.40, another $477. We average about $462 and 16 cents for roughly 63 employees, or 62 employees.
Per year?
Per month. Per
Per month.
5,000 per year.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
so,
five-
but then we
around
also have
5,000.
27 employees who waited it out. And so for those 27, right now, we're spending 93, or we will spend $93.67. So,
The insurance that comes out of the general fund, and you correct me if I'm wrong, is roughly 16 grand a month that comes out of
Okay,
the general fund. It's gonna decrease a little bit, but that's what it is right now.
okay.
answer.
Now, this $22, you're figuring that in to the decrease? Okay,
We have other changes.
okay, okay. I'm just curious, I didn't know what it was
Oh,
costing,
and you'll-
what part we're paying.
In fact, you'll see some of those figures in there under
Okay.
administration.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, I want to make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss personnel issues.
Second.
We have a motion and second to go into executive session. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
Okay.
And I told him that. The camera's back on.
Well, you gonna
Is there anything else come before the special meeting?
I make a motion that we adjourn the special meeting.
You have a second? Sure. We have a motion and second to adjourn special meeting. All those in favor, use your sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.